Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the QubicaAMF Tech Tip Podcast. This is a weekly podcast where we take you on a journey through the fascinating world of bowling technology and beyond. As always, I'm your host, Orly, and today we have a very special guest, new first-timer. We have Brad Jobe. Jobe? Oh my gosh, I just asked you before we went live, and I'm sorry, is it Jobe?
It's Jobe, yeah.
You could tell, yeah, I try to be prepared and then I still mess up.
That's fine.
So Brad, first off, can you let everyone know your title with QubicaAMF and you know what you do within that title?
Yeah, I'm a technical support representative. Have been for almost 3 years now, and I kind of just do general support for centers, mostly in America, sometimes around the world. Help keep bowling centers operational at the fullest capacity.
Cool. Yeah, and like I mentioned, same with trainers. You guys are, very important, and I know when it comes to the customers, they definitely appreciate you because, without trainers and tech support, it could be scary, especially, I was new to a center at one time and I was like, what do I do? Or this isn't working, let me call tech support or let me call a trainer. I would always try to figure something out, but
yeah, we try.
We all appreciate you. So today what I wanted to talk about, we've covered a bunch of different things on this show. And, a week or two ago, we covered a little bit on Neoverse, like scheduling, and, it's something new to the company. So I kind of wanted to keep that going with some Neoverse topics. Mm-hmm. So today I kind of wanted to, I've got experience in person. I haven't, worked in a center with Neoverse yet. So that's where I'm going to kind of ask the questions I think people might have, or, something that might happen where I would be worried if it happened, like how would I fix this? So today I'll just kind of ask you a few of those and hopefully you could help me out and answer them.
Sounds good.
All right. So I guess first one would be, I think of, when I have a video game system hooked up to my TV or my kids do, and every once in a while you turn on and, you go from one input to the other. And sometimes it says like, can't read it, or something. It's not detecting it. So something like that was to happen, let's say in the morning you flip on everything and, I don't know if it would have an actual message says, no signal or something, but for some reason there's no signal there or it's not connecting. What would they do, in that instance?
So generally, let us know first and foremost. We can remote into the system, make sure the server is operational, not frozen or anything like that. We can make sure the software that actually runs the Neoverse imagery is running. There's no issues with the splicing device, typical things like that. Outside of that, we'd want to look at power to the building, power to the wall itself, the breaker, things like that. I mean, from there, it would get a little bit more advanced. But yeah, that would be the general basics of if you come in the morning and then your wall is black.
Okay. And speaking of coming in the morning, is this something turned off nightly? Is it, should you reset it ever? You think of a computer, if you're leaving your computer on all the time, every once in a while, like, hey, make sure you reset your computer. So I guess first question would be, is this something you turn on daily and turn it off at night, or does it stay on?
So it will actually reboot itself at day changing time, which typically is 6 a.m. Local time. So,
okay,
typically you don't have to worry about manually intervening with any of the reboot process.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Yeah.
And, let's say, you have some customers bowling someday, or you open in the morning, and this kind of might have to do with the first one I asked, but maybe the screen just kind of, isn't lit up. Maybe it kind of froze. Like, what would be something they would do in that instance?
Again, first and foremost, let us know so we can monitor. And then we would recommend a hard reboot of the system at that point, especially if you have a monitor attached to the server that will show you. If you can't interact with that monitor, that shows us that the operating system's frozen. So the only way around that is to hard reboot the system using the red button on the front. So you would turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay. And then again, like I said, I haven't had this in my own center, but I'm thinking back to, running a center, and I know it's definitely not the same as some TVs at the bar, but I think of the bar, I had all these TVs, and every once in a while, half my TVs would kind of, go out and half was still working. Is that something, if that happened, is that something that can be, they can take a look at something, or should they call you first?
Yeah, I mean, they can take a quick glance at the back of the Neoverse wall, and you'll see each panel has indicator lights for power and connectivity. If you go back there and that section of the wall has no lights on it, you want to first take a look at the power outlet that the wall section is connected to. It's daisy chained, so if that outlet goes out, that entire section of the wall is going to go out. If you're still seeing power activity and everything like that looks good, then please at that point, contact us and we can take a look at the software.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's all I have for today. Like I said, I don't have it in, I don't work in a center with it, but I've seen it. And, to me, it kind of looks like a bunch of cool TVs. So those are just things I know that could happen with a regular TV. So I'm like, okay, what if these things happen with that? Not saying they would, but if they do, I just figured those would be some questions maybe some people might, want to know the answers to. Yeah. So, and I know you did mention a few times to give you guys a call. Can you go ahead and give out that number for everyone?
Of course, yeah. To reach us, you can, it's 866-460-7263, option 3 for tech support.
Okay. And then also you guys have chat now, right?
We do have chat, yes, on the Q portal, and I believe on our main site as well. There's an option in the bottom right for chat. It will connect you directly to us as well.
Perfect. Yeah, this has all been some great information, and if you're new to listening to the show, make sure you're sharing the show with, your friends, your family, whoever might be working in your center, your management team. If you're the manager, just your staff, just anyone you think might get some help from this. I know there's a lot of Neoverse walls going up out there, and these will be some great tips from the know just in case something ever happens. So again, Brad, I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we hope that we could have you back again soon. And to everyone out there listening, we hope to talk to you all soon.
Take care.